Today I am sewing up a dress. I did not make this dress, I bought it, but my little girl is so skinny and tall that I have to alter a lot of her clothes. Sometimes I think it would just be easier to make all of her clothes. But anyway, she saw this dress and she really wanted it, and it was on clearance, so it didn't cost very much at all, so I thought I would go ahead and sew it up. Now, what's big is the side, and you can see here I've already made one seam, and I made it in a way to where as she grows, it'll be really simple to just take this seam out. So I'm getting ready to do the other side, and I thought I'd show you what I do. Just a simple stitch, but I thought I would show you what I do instead of back stitching to make it easy to pull out in the past, or whenever she needs it in the future. So here I am going to sew up the other side. Okay, I am going to sew up this seam right here, the side seam. I've got right here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's going to be my guide. It's going to tell me how far over I need to sew the seam. So I've already measured it on my little girl. So I've got this set, which this makes it really nice when you have one of those. So I'm just going to do a straight stitch. Move it over a little bit, okay. Alright. And then cut it off. I want to cut this thread off. I want a fairly long amount here. Cut that off, and then I'm going to show you up here at the top. All I do is just get a straight pin, and then I'm going to pull this first loop here, but I'm not going to pull it all the way through. I'm going to pull the loop and pull this, because then I can get my bobbin thread to come through. And see, there you've got your bobbin thread coming through. That's what I want to do. I want to pull that up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it. That's going to keep the thread from raveling, just like you would on a back stitch, but it allows me to take this stitch out really easily. Now if I was making a garment for her, I wouldn't do it like this, but when I'm altering something and I know that I want to take that stitch out later, this is what I do. And I just tie it a couple times because I want to make sure it's tight. I want to make sure that it's not going to come out, unravel, and then I just cut it off. And that's all I need to do. So all I have to do is just do this one down here. I sewed it a little bit too much over what I wanted to sew, but that's okay because I can just take that out. I do have a seam ripper, if you're wondering, but at times, like especially for this, I find that just having a little pin works just as well. So if you don't have a seam ripper, plus I want to make sure that I don't cut the thread, which is another reason why I like to use a pin, because that seam ripper has a sharp edge on it, and if you're not careful, you can actually cut your thread, and I don't want to cut my thread. I want to keep it so that I can tie it. Okay, so here again, I want to get my bobbin thread through, so the last stitch, I'm going to pull it up, but I'm going to pull up this as well. There. Get this, it's kind of twisted. There, now I've got them both on the same side. And then I'm just going to tie this a couple times, cut it off, and then it's all done. And now she can wear it. And then as she grows, I can take the seam out. And so you can see, let me just show you real quick. You can see the seam on this side. And it just looks like the regular seam. So that's it. That's how I alter a dress really easily for my little girl that can be taken out.